Hey there folks, Pliskin by 51mm, and tonight I'm going to go over the ammo I bought from Cabela's. I was not really all too impressed with Cabela's this go around, simply for the fact that the 223 was very hard to find. I was able to eventually find it, but initially with all the other ammo it was all just bulk 223 and 5.56 for $200, which wasn't bad. I mean, and if I had $200 I'd have bought me a case, no doubt. But I couldn't find the individual packs of 223 and 5.56 until I got looking around real good. And I couldn't find no AR-15 magazines at the Cabela's around my area in Noblesville. I don't know if I wasn't looking in the right place, or if I wasn't paying attention, or what, but I couldn't find no AR-15 mags. I had intended on buying maybe one or two, but I couldn't find them. So next time I'll look. I did get to see some pretty nice guns though, and I got to hold an M1D Garand model that has the scope. I'll put in a picture of what one of those looks like in the video, if you guys don't know what they look like. Yeah, they're pretty nice. It was $3,000 though, so that's a little out of my price range, but it was cool to see it anyway, and it had a nice stock on it, and the scope was in mint condition. And the scope had a pretty nice reticle, and the cheek riser for it was pretty good too, a leather cheek riser. It was all original. Well, original looking. I don't know if it was all original, but they had it, whoever owned it before they sold it to Cabela's did a really good authentic look and authenticity job with it. It was pretty nice. Alright, so the ammo here. Let's start with the 223. Let's see, I bought some American Eagle 223, and it's a 75 grain TMJ, and I'm not sure what TMJ stands for. I'm unfamiliar with that, so I'll look it up. But this is what the bullet for this looks like. And I'm trying a 75 grain bullet weight, because I speculate, since my AR-15 has a 1 in 9 twist rate, rifling twist, it might like the heavier 75 grain 75 grain bullets. I'm getting my dies set up too. I was also looking for 75 grain Sierras and 175 grain Sierras for my M1A. The Cabela's didn't have them. Okay, so second box of AR ammo I bought was American Eagle 5.56 by 45mm 55 grain full metal jacket. Now this will be the first actual 5.56 ammo I run through my AR. So far it's only just been commercial 223, and there is a difference in like pressures. The case volume on a 5.56 is a lot more than a 223, I believe. So we'll see how this runs in the AR. It might do a lot better than the stuff I've been running recently. And I believe both of these were like only, like together were $10 a pop. Both this and this were $10 a pop, I believe. I can't remember the price, but the casing and bullets on the American Eagle 5.56 are all good. No deformities, and they do have a NATO stamp on the back here. If I can get that to focus. Yeah, there it goes. Yep, they have the NATO cross on them. So these are legit. Okay, so that's it for the 223. I did buy some Silver State Armory Nosler 308 175 grain hollow point boat tail bullets. Now I have bought Silver State Armory by Nosler before, if you all can remember, but I bought it in the 168 grain hollow point boat tail. So let me get out a 175 grain 308 here. Yep, and compare it to a 168. Let's see. Not a whole lot of difference, but you can tell on the 175 it's got a little bit more of a curve up here on the ogive. So I have been wanting to try a 175 grain bullet in my M1A for a while. I mean, my M1A really likes the 168 grain stuff, but a 175 ought to tighten up real good at 100 yards because of the 1 in 11 twist rate, which is a kind of an in-between twist rate. It kind of lets you get by using lighter grain ammo, but you can still do really good with heavy grain ammo and get some really good accuracy out of them. So I have high hopes for this ammo when I shoot it. I'm going to expect pretty good group results out of it. The 168 stuff shot real good. 2 MOA consistently at 100 yards, which in my book's pretty good for factory stuff. I mean, I was doing my part and it grouped pretty decently out there. It's consistent. So the 175s ought to group and tighten up just a wee bit more because it's a heavier bullet, and it ought to stabilize better out of that kind of medium-ish twist rate my M1A has. It's not necessarily as like fast as a 110, but it's not as slow as a 112, so it kind of has that in between where you kind of get the best of both worlds. I mean, it will shoot XM80C. I mean, you guys have seen it. It'll shoot XM80C 147 grain full metal jacket ball loads 3 MOA consistently all day at 100, and that's pretty good for ball ammo in my opinion. So that was my ammo I got from Cabela's. I'm gonna upload my painting videos on how I painted my AR-15. I should be uploading those next. And then I've got a video on my USN Mark I K-bar knife I'm going to do. Currently, right now, I am wearing my USMC K-bar knife, the full length one, the USMC World War II model, just so I can get a difference in feel on how each one of them handles, you know, wearing. I've had no problems with this one. I've wore this one every day pretty much for the last year. So I'm going to wear the bigger one for a while just so I can have some compare and contrast on, you know, how they feel on you when you wear them around type deal. But I've had good results with this knife. I've used it quite a bit, and it's come in handy. It makes a really good utility knife. So I'll be doing, and not necessarily a review, but I'll be doing like a, you know, a year later, you know, wearing it every day, using it every day for, you know, common things, how it's performed and how it's held up. So that ought to be interesting. Might help you guys decide on getting one if you haven't got one already. And that pretty much wraps me up on my little preview of the ammo I'm going to be trying out at the range and stuff. And I have a few more videos in the works I'm going to be doing a closer look video on my Winchester Model 94 as well, if it doesn't slip my mind. Sometimes that happens. I get to planning up videos and they slip my mind, unfortunately. I get busy with other stuff and forget to do them, or simply just don't have time. So anyway, this has been Pliskin by 51mm, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.